Hello everyone, I'm Munawar, a postgraduate student at University of Nottingham. I am currently pursuing my Masters in Human Resource Management and Organization and have recently completed my postgraduate placement, also known as a PPN. Today, I'm here to talk about my placement experience and give advice to anyone who's considering doing a placement during their Masters at University of Nottingham. If I talk about my experience, it was a really great experience. But before I go into details of my experience, for anyone who does not know what a postgraduate placement is, it is a placement opportunity provided by Researcher Academy Placements for pursuing short-term projects with external organizations and businesses for students at University of Nottingham. So these projects provide you with practical exposure and it gives you a chance to work with organizations while doing your studies. So if I talk about my experience, I did a 200-hour placement with the Researcher Academy itself. I was working under the supervision of Alice Haslam, Sandra Rose, and their supervisor, Miss Rachel Van Krimpen. I was leading the project on supporting EDI, Equality, Diversity, and Inclusion in postgraduate researcher recruitment at University of Nottingham. During this project, I worked on creating a best practice guide for postgraduate researcher recruitment and also addressed EDI issues that they face while recruiting these postgraduate researchers. During this project, I undertook several surveys and consultations to gain feedback and insights from the staff recruiting these researchers as well as the postgraduate researcher students at University of Nottingham to improve the process. The guide was then published as a SharePoint site for all the relevant stakeholders to access. If I talk about my experience, it was a very smooth one. It was a very enriching and rewarding experience from beginning to end. If I talk about the application process only, it's very straightforward and it's really easy to apply for a placement at University of Nottingham. So what I did was I logged on to my careers portal, which is available to University of Nottingham students, and I searched for relevant placements. And once I found a placement that I thought was suitable for me and that interested me, I applied with just my CV and a cover letter detailing my interest in the position and expressing why I thought I would be the right candidate for that project and that position. The great thing is that during the application process part, I was able to take help from the careers team, and it is something that you could do as well when you're applying. And the careers team is always helpful and always supportive in tailoring your CV and cover letter to the position that you're applying for, and also in giving you interview tips. Other than that, if you have questions for placement when you're applying, you could also talk with the postgraduate placements team, managers, and their team as well, who are always supportive and who are always ready to give you assistance. If I talk about my project experience, after applying, I got my decision that I was selected for the placement that I had applied for within a week, which was great. So the timing, I didn't have to wait long to receive an answer on whether I got the placement or not, which I thought was really nice. If I talk about my placement itself, it was very rewarding. It was filled with learning. It was really great, and I personally thought it was a one-of-a-kind experience and something that really added value to my master's. And a lot of credit for that goes to my supervisors, who were welcoming from the first day, who were very understanding and accommodating, who gave me a lot of autonomy and freedom to work on the project the way I thought was best. But at the same time, they were also there to guide me if I had any questions, and they were there to give me regular feedback, which is something that I really appreciated. And one thing that I really liked was that even though they, treated me like a thorough professional throughout the project, They were also very flexible and accommodating, and that I think came from that understanding that, I was a master's student, and I was my studies were my priority at that time. So they were really accommodating in the sense that they were very flexible with hours. So if on average in a week I was doing 14 hours per week, working on this project, if in any week I had my exams or I had my assignments due, or if my course load was really high, I had that flexibility to work more or less hours on this project, which is something that's really great for all master students. If I talk about my experience as a whole, I thought it was really beneficial because it gave me a chance to work with a UK based organization. It gave me a chance to work in a new industry, to pick up a lot of transferable skills, and to work in a field that was relevant to me but still very new. And this was one of the most unexpected benefits out of this placement because I had never worked with diversity issues before, and while working on this project, I developed so much interest in the field that now my master's dissertation topic revolves around diversity issues. So, this placement was beneficial for me in more ways than I imagined. And for anyone who's considering doing a placement, I would say go for it. Do not miss out on this opportunity, and it will be really beneficial for you. And it will really enhance your master's degree, and it will make you stand out from your cohort. So, good luck for anyone who's thinking of applying. Take care.